Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's class. I hope you all are doing fine and just give me a brief, just send me a hi and a hello so that I may know that I am audible to everyone. Good evening, Sharanya. Good evening, Navdeep. I am audible, everyone. Good evening, Teach Come Tech. Good evening, Priyanka. Good evening, Varalakshmi. Yes, okay. Thank you, Spring Drops. Thank you. Such unique names you have. For okay. Thank you, everyone. Good evening, Arpita. Good evening, Ria. Good evening, Anjali. Okay. Thank you, Sharanya. So we have already. I hope you. I have sent the OS PDF as well. Okay. So everyone, please check that Telegram group. You will find the OS PDF there. Okay, so now in software engineering PYQs, this is the Telegram channel. Okay, everyone can join this channel for the PDFs that we discuss here. I share the PDFs here and we discuss. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. You all have my Telegram number. Okay, and yeah. So now in software engineering PYQs, we will be covering two important topics today. Okay. One most important topic is your cyclomatic complexity. Okay. And in 2019, a question was asked from this cyclomatic complexity and it was containing 5 questions. Okay. 5 questions alone from this cyclomatic complexity only. Okay. And then we will be talking about your clean room technique. We have one strategy, that is your clean room. So we will be talking about that strategy. Okay, so I hope everybody has joined. Let's start. Just let me. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first question that we will be doing today, and it is basically they are asking what is the correct method for computing the cyclomatic complexity. Okay. Today at the end of the session we'll be discussing something important. Good evening, Janki. Okay, that will help you related to your exams. Okay, so everyone, I just want everyone to be there till the end so that we can discuss the important things. Okay. Good evening, Shrishti. Okay, the first question you have is which of the following is used to compute the cyclomatic complexity? Basically, they are asking what is the method of computing the cyclomatic complexity. So the time starts now. Try to answer this and then we will discuss what is cyclomatic complexity and what are the methods. But by this question, I'll know that how many of you are aware and how many of you have less knowledge about this topic. Okay. Then what about others? Spring Drops. Good evening, Tripti. Good evening, Shrishti. Good evening, Janki. Yes, what about this, everyone? What is the answer according to you all? Okay. Three answers. Okay. Okay. Well, the correct answer is everyone option number D. Okay, so the correct answer is P plus 1, where P is your predicate nodes in the flow graph G. Now, basically, let's talk about what is cyclomatic. Okay. So, cyclomatic complexity, basically, it is used to measure the logical complexity of the program. Okay. Then what is it? It defines the number of independent paths. Abhi you will see a question in the following class where you will see that with the help of cyclomatic complexity, they are asking you the number of independent paths that you have in a program. Okay? So cyclomatic complexity defines the number of independent paths in a program. Now what is independent path? Okay? Independent means that is not dependent. So suppose A to B, this is A to B, then C and D and E. Okay. So if I have to go from A to E, I have two different paths, right? I have two different paths that I can take if I have to go from A to E. Now what are those two different parts? One is your A, B, C, E and other is your A, B, D, E. So these two are your independent paths, which says that any path through the program that introduces at least one new set of processing statements or a new condition, or you can say one new state, you can say. Okay? So now if you see here, A, B and E are common in both the paths. But in path 1, if I talk about P1, I have C here, and in P2, I have D. That is, one new state or one new node has been added. Okay, good evening, Rosalind. So this is your independent path. Then I have three methods to calculate the cyclomatic complexity. Okay, first is the number of regions. Now what is number of regions? If I talk about the same you say this path, okay? So now if this is my cyclomatic complexity, what is the number of regions if I have to calculate? See, first region will be this closed cycle. Okay, this will be the one. Region is basically the bounded set. The bounded thing is your region. So this is bounded, and the outer region, the unbounded regions. Okay, so this is your 2. So if I talk about this diagram, I have 2 regions with me. Okay, 2 regions. So the cyclomatic complexity becomes what? 2. And how many independent parts were there? 2. Okay. Then cyclomatic complexity is defined by this formula, that is Vg, that is cyclomatic complexity of graph, is equal to E minus n plus 2k. Now what is E minus n plus 2k? E is your number of edges, n is your number of nodes, and k is the number of connected components. So if I have a graph like this, okay, this is one graph, Now you will say that, ma'am, this is different graph and this is different graph. No, these are 2 different components of a same graph. If I write it as G, so this means that this is a graph G, this is one graph, okay, and it is having 2 components. Components means that they are different components but part of a same graph. Okay, this is a disconnected graph. Okay, so this is what your k. So this is k is equal to 1 and this is k equal to 2. But in case of cyclomatic complexity, every time you will have k is equal to 1. So that is why our formula is always like V of G is equal to E minus n plus 2, because this k is always equal to 1. Okay, so this is what they written here. K is the number of connected components, and this is the third method, that is V of G is equal to P plus 1. Where is P is what? P is the number of predicate or condition nodes. So if I say that I have, this is my A node, this is my B node, this is C, D, this is E and F. So what are condition nodes? Condition nodes are those nodes which have more than 2 nodes or 2 child. Okay? Matlab that if and else wali condition, you can say that A to B, if B is equal to 1, then C, if B is equal to, this is 1, and if B is equal to 0, then D. So whenever I have a condition on any node, that node becomes your predicate or decision or condition node. So there are 3 names for this, your predicate, or you can say decision as well. Clear everyone? This is the basic theory behind your cyclomatic complexity. Okay, you just have to remember these 3 formula, and mostly in most of the cases the answer of cyclomatic complexity will be same by all the 3 methods. Very rare it will happen that the answer will be different. Okay everyone? Clear? Clear this much everyone? So we'll move forward now. Okay, now we'll have the set of questions that were asked in 2019. What is K? K basically is the number of connected components. I just explained, you know, that if I have a graph G which is of this type, that this is a part A, B, C, D, and this is your D, E, F, G. Okay, this is one graph. This is whole is one graph, but there are 2 different components. This is your first component and this is your second component. So K denotes the number of connected components. Okay, or you can say K denote the number of components. So here I have K is equal to 2 because I have one component and I have second component. If I would have a graph like this, if this would have been the graph, then K would have been equal to 1 because with the help of these vertices, this graph is connected. Clear? Now let's talk about the question. Now this is the question, everyone. They are saying a flow graph F. This is your flow graph F, they have named it, and they're asking that 1 is the entry node and exit node is 11. Okay, and they're saying how many nodes are there in the flow graph. Diagram is clear, visible to all. Okay, so you have to tell how many nodes are there in the flow graph, and the time starts now. Yes, everyone. Okay, Harshita has given the answer. What about others? Okay. Okay. So the correct answer is option number A. See everyone, this question was basically given for this purpose only. The nodes were combined because they wanted to see whether you know this concept or not. Whenever I have a node like this where 2 and 3, where the numbers are different but they are combined, it will be taken as one node only. Okay, it will be taken as one node. So this is my first node, this is my second node, this is my third node, this is my fourth node, fifth node, sixth node, seventh node, eighth node and ninth node. So in total I have 9 nodes here. ठीक है, 11 nodes नहीं है. These 2 nodes are not separately written, they are just one node. Okay, good evening Jisna, good evening Ruhi. I hope this point is clear to you. 2, 3 is one node, 4, 5 is one node. I hope this point is clear to everyone. Most of you gave the right answers. Janki, it is clear to you now. These are not 2 different nodes, it is one node only. Okay. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Now they're asking you what is the cyclomatic complexity of the flow graph. So you have 3 methods with you. Either you can apply all the 3 methods or you can do with just one method. Your answer will be same. So try to do it with any method you want and try to give the answer. Okay, we will discuss all the 3 methods. So the time starts now. Okay, very nice. I got the answer. Somebody has sent the answer. Okay. What about others? Do you think 4 is the right answer or not? Take your time. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. So I think many of you have done, but let's just wait for the timer to end, then we'll discuss. A, okay. Okay. So the correct answer is option number C. Okay, so let's apply the first method, that is your number of regions. That is based on number of regions. Okay. Now see, closed regions. Regions are closed. So first will be your this region. This is your closed region, right? This one is the closed region. Then this is another closed region. Right, everyone? This is another closed region that is starting from 2, 3 and ending from 10. Okay. Then this, if you talk about this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and then again to 1. This is your third region. Now, many of you will think that 1 to 11 is also a region. No, this is not a closed region. This is an open region. Okay? So, I have 3 regions which are made from this diagram, and 3 that if you have to calculate number of regions, it is bounded plus unbounded. One unbounded. Bounded, unbounded region, that is the region that is with no boundary. That is the outer region. So it will always be 1. So if I have to find it with the help of this formula, how many regions I have calculated for bounded? 3. And 1 I have as unbounded. So the answer is 4 from number of regions. Clear, everyone? This method is clear to all. Now second is your V of G is equal to E minus N plus 2. Now what is the number of edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. 11 edges are there. And nodes we have just calculated and plus 2. So 11 plus 2 is what? 13 minus 9. That will give you what? That will give you 4. So from this also we got the complexity as 4. And then the third method, that is based on your predicate nodes. So what are the predicate nodes? This is your first predicate node because 2 edges are going from this one. Then 6 is your another predicate node. Okay. And then 1 is also your predicate node. How can I say 1? Because this is one part and this is the another edge. 2 edges are going from 1 as well. Okay? So 1 will also become your predicate node. So 1, 2, 3. So P is equal to 3. 3 plus 1 will also give you 4. So if I apply any of the method, I will get my cyclomatic complexity as 4. Clear, everyone? Any doubt, anyone? Please ask me. Otherwise, we'll move forward to the next question. Ma'am, predicate concept. See, basically, whenever you have a question like this, okay, if you have a node, if I have this type of cyclomatic graph, okay, A to B, then B to C, and I say that C is having 2 ways, 2 paths. From C, either I can go to D or I can go to E, okay. Then E, then what I have, what next thing is, suppose that from E also I have 2 paths, that is either G or F, okay. Then they are combining to H. And from D also I can have, I am going to I, and from H I am coming to I. Okay, this is basically my graph, suppose. Okay. So now what predicate means is, now predicate, or you can say either you can say it's predicate or you can say condition. Okay, condition say, I hope you will get it much clear, or you can say decision. Okay, there are 3 names to this node. Now if you're not able to understand by predicate, just forget predicate, try to understand with condition and decision. What this condition means, that I have a condition and I need to find the truth value, or I have to make a decision basically. Okay, so now when I was at A, there was no other option for me. I have to reach B. Then from B, I have to go C. Now what happens, that C is having 2 options. That is, C is having, you have to make a decision at C. That is, either you can go to D or you can go to E. So C will become one of my decision nodes or predicate nodes. Then again from D, no option. I have to go to I only. But at E, again I have 2 options, either F or G. So again I have to make a decision which way to go, F or G. Okay? So the nodes that are having more than 1 child. Okay? C is having 2 paths or more than 1 path, you can say. Right? Condition true or false. This is for true, this is for false. Like if I say that at C, C is equal to 0. So if C is equal to 0, go to D and not else. If C is equal to 0, go to D, else E. This is type of condition that you can say for your predicate. Clear? So if I have more than 1 path from any node to follow. That is, I have to make a decision. Here C and E, correct. C and E, two predicate nodes are there because I have two options. Now if I would have made a node like this, A to G, then A also would have been a predicate node because A was also having two options, either to go to B or to go to G. So any node that is having more than one path, that is, you can either go to this path or you can go to this path, then that node becomes your predicate or your condition or your decision node. Clear? So in this example, 2, 3 is the node that is having two paths, that is 6 and 4, 5. Then 6 was the node that is having two paths, 7 and 8. And 1 is the node that is having two paths, either 2, 3 or 11. Clear, everyone? Navdeep, your doubt is clear, okay? Okay, I don't know what is your name, but okay. Okay. So moving on to the next question. The next question is, how many regions are there in the flow graph? Right now we have just discussed, and I hope everybody will give the right answer. So try to answer this, and the timer starts now. Abhi we have discussed this question. I don't expect that you will give the wrong answer, everyone. Please think about it again. Regions, I have told you how to calculate regions. This is the way to calculate the number of regions. So the correct answer is option number C. Abhi we have just calculated. This is the first region. This is the second region. This is the third region. And the unbounded one. So bounded is 3 plus 1. That will give you 4. Okay, so all those who answered option number B or 3 as the answer, I hope your doubt is clear now that 4 is the correct answer. Yeah, this was the same question. See, if you would have used this method here, this one, cyclomatic complexity, if you have used the regions one, both of the questions would have been corrected by just one question only. Okay. So I hope now your doubt is clear. Those who were having doubt in case of regions. Okay. Now they're asking how many nodes are there in the longest independent path. Just now we have discussed what is an independent path. Okay. Now they're asking the longest independent path. Basically, they're asking that what is the longest path from 1 to 11. Why 1 to 11? Because 1 is your entry node as they have mentioned already, and 11 is your exit node. Okay, they have mentioned it in the first question. It was written that 1 is your entry node and 11 is your exit node. So the path will exist between these two nodes. That is the node that will be containing these two as the entry and exit point. Okay. So try to solve this, and the timer starts now. Okay. 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 And what about others? So there are people who are saying 6, 7 and 8 as the answers. Okay. What about others? Well, let's see. The correct answer is option number C. That is 8. Now, how come 8 we have? T. Okay, now everyone look here. If I go from 1, 2, 2, 3, okay, then I am going to 6. then I am going either to 7 or to 8. I have an option, so I chose 8 as the option. Okay. Then I go from 8 to 9. Okay. Then from, because I want the longest path, so I cannot choose 2, 3 to 4, 5 because it will reduce the number of nodes. Okay. Then 9 to 10. Now what happens if that I am at 10, I go back again to 1. And then from 1 I go to 11. This can be a path that is like this, then this, then this, then this, then this, and then I will go like this, and then I will go like this. Right? I can follow this path. And how many nodes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is 8 nodes. And this is the longest independent path. I cannot have any other path with more than these nodes, with more than this number of nodes. If you have any path, that you think is there with more than 8 nodes, that is the longest independent path, just write in the comments, write in the chat session. I'll see to it. Okay? The correct answer is 8. No problem. But I just want that your concept is clear. Okay? For now, if you have missed the one, no problem. Okay everyone, so we started from 1, we go to 2, 3. Now if we would have taken 4, 5, what would have happened? 1 to 2, 3, then to 4, 5, then to 10, then to 1, and then to 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 nodes only would have been there. But still we have a possibility, like we can take 2, 3, then 6, then 8. So that will give me the longest, because they're asking the longest nodes. Okay. So 6 will not be the answer. You have to look for the longest node. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Now they are saying how many predicate nodes are there and what are their names. They're asking basically the number and the nodes which are basically a predicate node. So try to solve this question, and we have just now discussed it. So I think that you will give the right answer, and the time starts now. Yes, you can take node 1 2 times because you want the longest path, and longest path is from 1 to 11 as well, as 1 is having 2 different options to go. Okay? Okay, what about others? Okay. Janki, please check your answer. So the correct answer is option number A, as we've already discussed it. A1, first we have 3 nodes, correct? Now what are those nodes? See, 1 is having 2 paths, that is either to 11 or to 2, 3. So 1 is my predicate node, then 2, 3 is my predicate node, and 6 is my predicate node. So now Janki here answered that 9 and 10. See, 9 is having incoming edges as 2 edge. Outgoing में सिर्फ 1 ही है. You don't have to make a choice from 9. From 9 you are having just one option, that you have to go to 10. Okay? So that is why only 3 nodes are your predicate nodes. That is 1, 2, 3 and 6. So do not get confused if they change the name of predicate nodes. Okay? They can write here condition also, and they can write here decision also. Yes, this is the question. These 5 all are previous year questions, and this one was from your 2019 December part. Okay, these are your PYQs, and इससे पहले they asked the question related to cyclomatic complexity, but they never asked the numerical on cyclomatic complexity. They just asked theory questions. But in 2019 they gave a numerical question, and that was very easy though. But only the confusing concept was this nodes, the nodes that have been combined together. Okay, so if you would have taken these 2 nodes at different nodes, then what would have happened? Your entire 5 questions would have been gone wrong. Definitely. Okay, 4 to 5 questions were there. 3 to 4 questions must have been gone wrong, because you might have calculated different cyclomatic complexity, different number of nodes, different independent paths. So this would have taken your at least 5 questions out of 5, 3 would have been wrong, definitely. Okay. So now remember this thing, that if they have written 2 nodes as one, that means that it is a single node. Okay. Now this is the question on basically your availability. Okay, this question was asked in 2017 and the question similar to this was asked in I guess 2018 or so. I don't remember the exact year. Okay, so now try to do this question and then we will discuss the concept behind this. Okay, so they're saying a signal processor software is expected to operate for 91.25 days after repair. And the mean software repair time is expected to be 5 minutes. Then the availability of availability means that for how much time your software is available for work. Okay, so you have to calculate availability of software and the time starts now. Okay. No problem, we'll discuss it, don't worry. Okay, so the correct answer is option number D. Generally, when you will notice, okay, in case of availability, answer is almost 99 only. Okay, I have seen 2 questions were there and the answer was 99, and in second question, the answer was around somewhat like that only. Okay, so now, what is the formula for calculating the availability? Okay, availability is equal to availability is not right. MTBF upon MTBF plus MTTR into 100. This is basically a formula for availability. Okay, now what is this? Now MTBF means mean time between failures. Okay, between 2 failures, what is the time between the 2 failures? That is, failure 1 has occurred and now after how much time failure 2 will occur. Okay, this is basically mean time between failures. And MTTR means mean time to repair. So basically your availability depends on 2 things. Okay, one is your that how much time is taken between 2 failures. Suppose failure 1 occurred at T0. Okay, this is your failure 1. Failure 1 occurred at T0 and at T12 failure 2 occurs. So that means that there is a gap of 12 units of time. So 12 units of time, there is a gap between failure 1 and failure 2. So this is your mean time between failure. That is how much time it is taking for failure 1 to occur and what is the difference between the 2 failures. Okay. Now if I look at this question, what they have given to me, if I see according to the question, they are saying that a signal processor software is expected to operate for 91.25 days after repair. This means that after your software has been repaired, it takes 91.25 days to operate. Matlab कि it is working for 91.25 days, then your next failure will occur. What they're trying to say, that it is operating for 91.25 days. Now if I say, either I can say that my software is working for this much amount of time, that is at t equal to 0 it was repaired, okay, and then it worked for t equal to 12. Now I can say either that this is the working time of the software, or I can say that this is the time which is occurring between two failures, right? So what they have written is, they are saying that your software is operating for 91.25 days. So they mean to say that your mean time between failure is what? Is 91.25 days. This is what they mean here, okay? And then what they are saying software repair time. This is what they have given directly, that in order to repair your software, you need how many time? You need how much time? You need 5 minutes. Okay, now if you see here in the formula, I have to add between failure and time to repair, okay? So their unit must be same. Now in order to convert days to minutes, what I can do? First, I will convert it into what? I will convert it into hours, okay? So I will multiply it by 24. Why 24? Because one day has 24 hours. So I'll multiply it by 24. Okay, and then I want to find the unit in minutes. So this means that I will multiply it into 60. Why 60? Because 1 hour has 60 minutes. So after doing this much calculation, I will get my answer in minutes. Okay, so when you will apply this value in your availability formula, the total that you will get is 131400 upon 131405 into 100, and when you will solve it, you will guess option D as your answer. Okay, so just remember this formula, that is your availability, and generally they always give these two values, and these are your direct values. All you have to do is just change their unit. Clear this question, everyone? Any doubt? Anyone? Please ask me if you have any doubt. Otherwise, we'll move forward then. Any doubt in conversions or anything? Just ask me right now, everyone. Yes. Yes, Tripti, correct. Clear, everyone? Now I'll move forward to the next concept. Okay. Now then, see, now there is one question of availability that is left for you to do. Okay. So it was either in 2018 or 2019 question. Just search for it and you will find the question, and I think that you will be able to do it. Okay. Now we have this question, this type of question that is asked, that is based on clean room technique. Okay. So I found this, and clean room technique, basically it is this is the theory that I have discussed with you, and the questions will be from this theory only. None of the questions will be out from this theory. Okay. So this is enough for you to study regarding clean room. Okay. Now we'll have a quick review. So clean room testing was pioneered by IBM. Okay, it depends heavily on walkthroughs, inspection, and formal verification. The computer code development philosophy relies on avoiding computer code defects by employing a rigorous examination method. This technique reportedly produces documentation and code, and that's extra reliable and fixable than various development methods that rely heavily on code execution based testing. So basically, your clean room technique is mainly dependent for your code. Okay, it is basically made to make a computer code in such a way that is free from defects. Okay, so for making this procedure, they employ a rigorous examination method or testing method. Rigorous testing is employed. Okay. Then clean room technique is a process in which a new product is developed by reverse engineering. That is, we have an existing product. Okay, this is my existing product. What I will do, I will apply some new technologies or some new methodologies on this product, and I will create a new product. ठीक है, and the new product is designed in such a way that patent or copyright infringement is avoided. Suppose this existing product was patented by company A, that is that company A has mentioned that no other company will be able to use this product until unless I mentioned it, or I have given them the rights. Okay, so now what clean room does is that it makes a new software in such a way from the existing one only that none of the copyright or patent method is avoided. मतलब कि there is no chance of copyright infringement or patent infringement is there. ठीक है, so this is your मतलब making a software in such a clean way that nobody can say that it was our software and you have made it, you have copied our software. ठीक है, so now this is the important part. This is the important part. Why? Because from these characteristics they have given a question. We will discuss the question right now. What are those characteristics? First is your formal specification. What is it? That the computer code is to be developed formally. Okay. So what formally means? That follow the all procedures, all the processes that you have to follow. Okay. Formal procedure you have to follow. Then you have incremental development. That is what you will divide your code into several units. Okay, and then you will combine those units, and after combining those units you will form the incremental development. What does mean? That you will combine those units one by one, and that will turn your increment, that will help you to develop your incrementally. Okay, then what is your structured programming? So what is structured programming? Basically this is a stepwise refinement of your specification. That is, you follow a proposed structure. Infringement means basically that a rule is not avoided. ठीक है, मतलब copyright infringement is a word. When you see, look into the Google, it means that if you have made a software, if you have made a software A, and if I say that I want to use that software, and if I use that software without your knowledge, okay, I am B and I am using your software without your knowledge. This means that I am not following the rule, that is you have put off copyright, that this is yours. Copyright means that this is my software and nobody can use it without my knowledge or without my permission, but I am using it without your knowledge and without your permission. So this means copyright infringement. Okay, so this is your static verification. That is what they say. See, the important part is here that there is no unit or module testing. Now here we have said that code is divided into units. Okay, but units are not separately tested. Units are combined together and then they are tested as a whole unit, matlab as an integrated, you can say. Okay, so unit testing is not performed here. Then we have statistical testing of the system. That is, we integrate the computer code entirely and then we test it statistically to find out whether it is carrying out its responsibility or not. So what you have to remember here, I'm not focusing much on this. You don't have to go into deep detail. Only you have to remember these 5 terms. What are those terms? Okay? Because on the basis of these 5 terms, that is the names basically. Okay? Names pe you have to put more focus. That what are these names, what do they mean is not that much important, but basically you should have a rough idea. From the name itself you can make out that okay, this means this thing. Okay, and what is the drawback? Drawback is that testing effort is increased. Why it is increased? Because because you perform walkthroughs. Walkthroughs is the type of, you can say, verification technique where you just ask people that what they think about the software. Okay, then there's inspection and verification area. Okay, so the drawback is that testing time increases. So now this was the question that was asked, I think in 2018. And see, if you have the knowledge that we have just discussed, it is so easy for you to do. They're asking which of the following is not a key strategy. Not a key strategy. Okay, by clean room approach. So what do you think is the answer, everyone? Just now we have discussed 5 points. Okay, in 5 points, which of the following was not there? They are asking this much only. So if you will go through that this PDF which I will be giving you by tomorrow, I think, so you will be able to know what is the answer for this question. Correct. The correct answer is dynamic verification. We have seen formal specification was there, incremental development was there, statistical testing was there. The only term that was not there was dynamic verification. See how easy question they gave if you know what is clean room. And there is nothing in this clean room. See, simple सा एक टाइप है कि क्लीन रूम में आपको ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर, यू हैव टू डिजाइन द सॉफ्टवेयर इन सच अ वे दैट नो पेटेंट एंड कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट इज देयर. ठीक है, इट बेसिकली फोकसेस ऑन योर कंप्यूटर कोड एंड इट बेसिकली employs a rigorous examination or testing method so that there are no defects in the code. ठीक है, and these are the 5 characteristics on which the computer code development relies. These are the 5 points that you have to just keep in mind. Formal specification, incremental development, structured programming, static verification, statistical testing. ठीक है, and then they gave you the question which is not a key strategy. So you know that okay, formal was there, incremental was there, statistical was there, dynamic was the one that was not there. Clear? Yes, I'll share the PPT. Tomorrow we will be doing I think there are a few concepts now. What are those concepts for now? See, first is your function point method. Although no numerical has been asked from this till now. Okay, function point method, that is you have unadjusted function point and complex adjustment factor. Okay, now see, this will take around 1 hour in itself because this includes I think 2 to 3 formulas. So I'll see to it. Okay, then we have this COCOMO model. So COCOMO model is easy, we'll do it tomorrow, and plus agile. Okay, so these two methods are there which we will cover today, tomorrow, and this function point I'll see to it when will I get the time to cover it, because it will take around 30 to 45 minutes in itself because it has so much of formula. Okay, so COCOMO and agile we'll do tomorrow, and I hope that in today's lecture that we have covered your cyclomatic complexity and your clean room and your availability. I hope there is no doubt for anyone. Okay, 13 CF, yes, 14 will always be taken. Now those who don't know will ask me what is CF and what is 14, but yes, you are right. Okay, okay. Now one thing I wanted to discuss from you all, I just want to know that how many of you, that the number of students that are present here, how many of you are just preparing with all your concepts well prepared, and you are just for revision, you are studying for revision purpose? How many are there whose concepts are just so well prepared that they are just studying for revision purpose? That okay, you know everything, you know each and every concept, and you are just here for revision so that you can brush up your concepts. Okay, okay, because generally there are 2 types of students. Okay, one is that who only needs revision because the concepts are already clear. Okay, and second are those type of students who have to study from the basic, right? Because they just want, they have little bit of information from each and every topic, but they don't know the entire knowledge, they don't have the entire knowledge, and they are just lacking the basic knowledge. Okay, so I just want to know how many type of students are there who are just for revision purpose, and how many are there who are for basic knowledge. Studying means Sharanya is for studying and Nasreen is for studying. Okay, and what about others? Revision. Okay, studying. Okay, so now why I have asked this question, see, now if you are for revision purpose, YouTube classes are just so much fine for you, because we just discussed PYQs, right? And we are here only for review, because why I'm saying this, I'm not here for any what you will say endorsement and all that thing. Okay, I'm just here for you because I just want to know that if you are for revision purpose, YouTube is a very good platform, because you will get different types of questions from different type of, you can find so many educators online. Okay, and they all must have discussed some new type of questions, practice questions or not. Okay, but if you are studying, okay, if you are studying and if your basics are not clear, I will just suggest you, everyone of this type 2, that please do enroll in some of your course. Do enroll in some course. Why I am saying, because see, in YouTube we generally have a session of 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, nothing, no more than that. Okay, and in YouTube there is no continuity. Okay, why I'm saying this, because suppose if day 1 you are on day 1, okay, day 1 pe what you did, day 1 pe you studied any subject. Suppose we have discussed computer architecture in day 1, okay, one concept of computer architecture we studied, suppose pipeline. Okay, Now what will happen in day 2, that now on day 2, in case of YouTube I'm talking, in case now in day 2 what will happen is, in day 2, and every teacher is like this only, he or she will take some other concept, maybe your DBMS. Okay, now you all know that computer architecture is just not about pipeline. Pipeline is an important topic, but it is just not simply about pipeline. Okay, so similarly for other subjects also, now what we have done, we have discussed, see, we have given 3 days to every topic, right? We have discussed 3 days for every subject, you can say. Okay, but still you can see from yourself when you will be solving the PYQs that only that much knowledge is just not enough. Okay, I'm just here because I have gone through the same condition which you are going through now, so that's why I just want to guide you all. Okay, I'm not saying that whether you take whatever you take, but I can say about myself. Okay, so that's why I say that whoever who is here, who is studying from the basic part, okay, matlab you want basic knowledge, you are just studying and you have to take basic knowledge, I'll just say please enroll in some of your courses. Okay, now if I talk about myself, okay, if I talk about myself, you have seen me how I teach you here. Okay, in case when we have your what you say, we have different courses. Okay, if you try to look for our website, if you try to go to our website, because I don't know about other channels, about other learning platforms, all I can say is about myself, because I am the one who is teaching over here with other teachers. Okay, so I can say about myself. Okay, now what happens here is I have covered few subjects like your SE. Okay, I have covered your discrete mathematics and I have covered your TOC, and my compiler designing is what that is going now. Okay, now what happens here is, in these 3 topics I have covered each and every topic, and I have tried to make you start from the basic, from what is software we have started. Okay, so why I'm saying this, because all those who need to study, or all those who are studying, why I'm saying this all, because you need someone to guide. Okay, if you are able to study yourself, it's very good, it's no problem. Okay, but if you want some guidance, you should enroll it by now. Why? Because see, in net exam, in net you have, if I talk about paper 2 only, you have how many units? You have 10 units. Okay, and each and every unit is basically so big. Okay, because why so big? Because see, 10 units where you have so much of things that you cannot even say what, or you cannot even count them on your fingers. Each unit is having those many type of topics. Okay, so now what here happens is that if you are taking any subscription, if you're taking any subscription, I'm not talking about particularly our subscription or any, I'm talking, please do take subscription of at least 6 months if you are studying from basics, and if you are studying, if you want someone to guide you. Okay, as Nasreen is saying, self preparation, very good. No worries, if you're very well okay with self preparation, it is very good for you. I'm talking for those who need some guidance. Okay, so please do not take less than 6 months, because if you will take 3 months subscription, 3 months also, see, 3 months, what will happen is, out of 10, maybe you might be able to cover 5 to 6 subjects. Then what about the remaining 4? You cannot ignore remaining 4. Okay, so try to take the subscription from whichever platform you're taking. I'm not mentioning it, take from here only, whatever you're doing, take from either 6 to 12 months. That is those who are preparing for your December session. Now about this session, that is your May session, I'm not sure about the exam, because if it would have been happening in May, that is on 2nd May as the tentative date is saying, then that session would have been held, the exam, the admit card would have been released till now. But admit card is not what we have received till now. So this means that आपका exam, I don't think that it will happen in first week of May for sure. Okay, but we don't know anything. We'll just wait. We'll just see to it. So those who are planning to take subscription, it is basically for those. I'm not talking about who are in self preparation mode or who are any mode. Those who are planning to take a subscription, and if you are studying basic. Okay, so please go for 6 to 12 months subscription only. Do not take less than that, because you will not be able to cover your 3 months. In 3 months, your subjects will not be able to cover. You won't be able to cover it. Okay, Then what are the questions? Triptych computer graphics we'll discuss after SE. I'll cover computer graphics and data structures, both are left. So we'll do the PYQs of that. Okay, don't worry. Okay. So this is why I want to have a session with you all, because see, you all are very well aware of your conditions. No one can tell you, or no one can guide you about your condition. Okay, you know whether you need a subscription, whether you can study yourself, anything like that. Okay. So if you think that you need subscription because you want to study from basic, I suggest you please do not take less than 6 or 12. Okay. And if you're planning from here, because I mock test interview are helpful. Yes, definitely. Mock tests and YouTube sessions are very much helpful, but this is for those people who are having problem, who are not able to study self. Okay, self study is not made for them. Those who think like this is for that. Okay, so you just can go to this website, and if you are planning to take any course, I'm not just endorsing it, I'm just helping you all. If you are planning to take any course that is based on 6 and 12 months, you can use this code and you can get 40% off. And by applying 40% off, that I think for 6 months your course will be around 7 to 8k. I'm not sure, just please look it once. Okay, I'm not sure for it. Okay, so if you will come because of me, I can guarantee you one thing, that your doubts will be cleared. Okay, I try to clear the doubts of everyone, those who are here also. Okay, and doubts plus revision plus surprise test. Okay, this is what 3 things I can guarantee you. We have separate session for doubts whenever it is possible. We have separate session of revision whenever it's possible, and I do try to take surprise test as well from time to time. One I have been keeping this week as well. Okay, so if you are thinking to get a subscription, now is the time to start prepare for December session, because we don't know when will be the exam. Okay, May mein hota hai, so those who are well prepared with the concepts, they will definitely be able to clear it. But those who think that you are studying and you need basic, you are at basic level, please do take the subscription and start preparing for December, because now is the time. Okay, so you can WhatsApp, you can either WhatsApp on this number, you can either mail at this mail ID, you can even call at this number. Okay, so this is what I just wanted to inform you all. Rest all is up to you all, how you want to carry your further sessions. Okay, so this much for today. So tomorrow we will be meeting, and tomorrow we will be having the software engineering class only. That is the remaining concepts we'll discuss tomorrow. And then from Wednesday we will be having the class of computer graphics. Okay, from Wednesday we will be having the computer graphics, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I think computer graphics. Then Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, I think data structures, and then we'll see to it what we'll start next. Okay, I'll discuss it with everyone and then we'll see to it. Okay, so I hope your doubts are all clear, and if you have any doubt, you can always ask anyone you want to ask. You have the number and you have the email ID, you have everything that you need. Okay, so whenever you have any doubt, just please message me or call on this number or message this number. Okay, so this is for today, and now we'll meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. sharp. Okay, timing of the class is 6 p.m. So we'll meet tomorrow now. Take care everyone, and good night.